I can't speak for the other fellows lined up tonight for the roast, but for me, there will be occasional forays into blue, off-color territory. My goal here is not to offend anyone, except for Dave, of course, and the guys that are coming up to roast. So please, don't be too sensitive. Lighten up, drink up. Don't forget to tip your bartenders and me if you're so inclined. So are we good? Is that okay? We're good?
Yeah.
Now let's get this fucking show on the road. Good evening and welcome to the Gold Talk, where tonight we celebrate the 40th birthday of that irascible bastard, that lovable curmudgeon, everybody's favorite little ball of anger, Dave Stengel. Real quick, Stellar neglected to mention that her email has changed. It's no longer stell.r@gmail.com. From now on, please address all future emails to Dave's long-suffering wife at gmail.com. Surprisingly, what the fuck have I gotten myself into at gmail.com was taken. Sweet. I didn't have to get so loaded now. When Stellar first told me that she was planning on having a surprise party in honor of Dave's 40th birthday, my first impulse was to make other plans. When she told me it was going to be a roast, I was overcome with glee. But at the same time, my brain became inundated with so many Dave jokes. I got a headache. A bad one. The kind I get during Dave's percussion solos. That's okay. Because the alternative would be, you know, a rather routine birthday celebration wherein we all gather, have a few drinks, and try to choke back the vomit as we regale each other with fond recollections of Dave. I will repeat that. Fond recollections of Dave. Anyone? I got nothing. That's a challenge. That's like trying to shave your nuts in the dark. Sad because it was more fun to kick around than you. But this is something that he's always wanted to do, and we should be happy for him. He's going somewhere he's always wanted to go. More importantly, he's going somewhere we've always wanted to go. Away from here. Seriously, Dave, have a good trip. Don't let the Mississippi smack you in the ass on the way west. I wanted to touch on both vegetarian and motorcycles because it strikes me as an interesting dichotomy. On the one hand, you have the very manly motorcyclist, and on the other, vegetarian. This is not to suggest that being a vegetarian is equivalent to being gay. There is nothing wrong with either one as far as I'm concerned. It's just, well, it's just like, get your motor running, head out on the highway, pull into a truck stop. Can I get a veggie kebab, please? Won't you be Inexplicably, Dave is also a very in-demand drummer. Dave's the guy they call when Mo's busy. Oh, buckle up, I'm not done yet. Dave's the guy they call Dave's the guy they call when Chris Butler is busy. Dave's the guy they call when that autistic kid who hit all those three-pointers on ESPN is busy. Dave also plays percussion in Sinatra. Sometimes it feels like Dave is playing percussion on Sinatra. Now, the future of Sinatra is very much up in the air, to say the least. But one thing is sure. Dave's final gig with Sinatra will take place on August 31st at Sinatra Park. The good news is that Sinatra's final gig with Dave will take place on August 31st at Sinatra Park. As I just alluded to, Dave also has a reputation for being a somewhat voluminous drummer/percussionist. Just ask Matt Azzardo. Matt's back there like, what do you say? Dave's drumming is so loud, for his birthday this year I bought him a pair of Nerf drumsticks. Dave's drumming is so loud, when he air drums in his apartment, the neighbors tell him to shut the fuck up. Quit speeding up the tempo! Dave's drumming is so loud during his last... Let's do that again. Dave's drumming is so loud... How loud is it? During his last Hang Dogs gig, half of Lebanon ducked. Blue, off color, it's a roast. And finally, Dave's drumming is so loud... How is it? Even Marley Matlin has to hold her ear. I'll tell you later, when we're alone spooning. Now, in spite of everything I've said and everything you're going to hear tonight, Dave is a true friend, a fellow liberal, and a good guy all around. Once you get past all the drama and the bullshit. We have had many a great time together. Happy birthday. You will be missed. And it truly has been an honor for you to know me all this time. Our first guest roasters tonight will be the brothers Nissen.
Yeah.
By which I mean Ray and his somewhat insignificant brother Rob. Every time I see Ray, I'm reminded it's okay to iron your boxer shorts. That pink on a guy can work. And that it's manly to stay home with the wife for Toast Point Tuesdays and Fondue Fridays. As for Rob, for a long time he was known only as Ray's brother Rob. All introductions began the same way. I'd like you to meet Ray's brother Rob. Hey, have you met Ray's brother Rob? Well, that is no longer the case. He's his own guy. He's a good guy. He has emerged from that shadow to forge his own legacy. So please welcome to the podium, Ray Nissen and Jim's brother Rob.
It's all downhill from here. Yes, but we wanted to come up and speak first, and because we know Dave longer than anyone, and you know, well, we'll get to that. Let me start by saying that you all should be very glad you're here, because you're here, that means that Dave does not hate you. Everyone who's not here sucks. They can all go straight. We're here to you. Fuck it. We're all dead today. All dead. Even if he liked him yesterday, today.
Let's tell you. The Irish side, I'm sorry.
So,
side to you.
we want to give a little history, just a little sort of bio of Dave for those of you who may not have known him for the 75 years. 125 years. 125 years. At least. Got it. Yes. Yes. Let's start back July 25th, 1966. It's roughly 100 years ago. And Dave was born, by all accounts. Actually, well, yes, he was born. But it was sort of like an immaculate conception type birth. He just sort of appeared. Yes. Yes. Painless, and the delivery was over in like 10 minutes.
That's true.
Yes, it is. Dave's born, Dave grows, Dave lives, he goes to school, a fantastic student, soon earns his reputation as a ladies' man. Dave.
Me? Dave Stengel? Yeah, who are you talking about? Dave write this?
You guys don't know him. This is why we're here to tell you. To tell you the hidden side of Dave, the story of Dave. Yeah, Dave lost his virginity at age 12. Dude, it was like 10. Just totally 10. Yeah, you're right. It was like 10. It's like, yeah. And, you know, began dating a series of impossibly beautiful women. All of them model-like gorgeous. Model-like gorgeous. Everybody wanted them. Every dude wanted them. All marriage material. Every one of them. They all wanted to marry Dave. They all wanted to marry Dave. Absolutely. And everyone wanted to. And not only he wanted to, he was going to marry everyone. Yeah. So now Dave is, you know, going through life. He's a ladies' man, obviously. We got to that. Becomes a musician, as we all know. Starts to play the drums. Starts playing with his dad's group. You may not know, his dad has a big band, a jazz group, and had some very fine drummers that played for Dave. Yeah, his dad's fantastic, brilliant musicians. Most of you guys know. Yeah. Which, of course, only begs the question, Dave, despite that, Dave was able to replace both Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich in his dad's band. Well, what's next? College. I believe Dave graduated with a 7.0 average. Dude, it had to be 7. Yeah, it was like 8. Oh, he's... Yeah. Double major, so. Yeah. And you may not know, Dave went to Montclair State College. Very difficult school to go to. Take it from me. Very difficult. So not that we wouldn't, I wouldn't, we didn't go, but I didn't really know anyone else besides Dave.
My brother went there.
Well, that is where Dave met some of us, a lot of us, Fran included, me, Rob, and this, you know, this is when all the band stuff started to happen. Getting bands together, I met Dave because I was asked to fill in for someone in a cover band that...
was it a Flock of Seagulls cover band?
No. I met Dave musically as well. Yes, you did actually. I met Dave about a story about that. Well, let's see. It was November of 1982. And it's Rutherford High School Battle of the Bands. Yeah.
What's the name of the band?
Oh wait, we're getting there.
We won.
No.
Melanie.
Not that year. It's 1982, and there's a band up on stage doing their stick, and we're off. Mikey Fresh and I were in the same band, Psychotic Vengeance. Thank you. Psychotic Vengeance. Psychotic Vengeance. Legendary. Fresh and I are in the ring backstage as it were, watching the band that's on stage. And the band's doing their thing, they're playing, and all of a sudden the drummer in the band, he gets like a break, he's doing a thing, and he takes a drumstick, he's like, yeah, he's doing like the drumstick twirl, the Tommy Lee and the Neil Peart, he's doing a big drumstick twirl. I'm standing there watching. All of a sudden, this guy on my left, he just turns to me and he says, oh yeah, big fucking deal, and he spins the drumstick in my face. I turned to Mike and I said, who is this douchebag? And Mike, utterly speechless, I was like, no clue. And I said, and I also did say to Mike, do you see what he's wearing? Which was a powder blue, sleeveless, like spandex shirt. Like tight white. Gleaming white, like wrestling shoes or something. And to top it all off, it's like a beige riding cap. Something Grandpa would take out for a Sunday drive. Well, that drummer was the drummer for the band Felony. That was.
I got refused to a misdemeanor.
Yeah. That was indeed my very first encounter with Dave.
That's true. And then it just progressed from there. Dave. After Felony was Onyx. That's where I met Dave, playing in Onyx, and I had another band at the time.
Wasn't there a subtitle for that band?
The Keepers of the Black Sun. Thank you. Yeah, that was clarified.
You're welcome.
At the time, I had another band that I played with, which was an original band, Going That Way, and it was the band that would become Fear Falling, and we had we were in need of a drummer at the time, and I had met Dave through Onyx. I didn't know Mo yet. And actually, the true story, we had looked at a couple different guys to be the drummer, and it came down to two guys, and I wanted Dave, and Bruce, our bass player, wanted Mikey Fresh.
Oh, wow.
And that was, yes. And,
you son of a bitch!
it was down to the two of them, and I lost. So, Dave became our drummer, and as the poster back there proves, which I had to bring because it's priceless. Yeah. I have other photographic materials which I'll show you later.
Okay.
But we went on to enormous success. Sold millions of records. Played to thousands of fans every night. Yes, all over the world. Yeah. You were all over the world. We were.
And elsewhere.
And elsewhere. That went on for quite a while, then we went different ways musically, but shortly after that all ended, then Dave and I started to live together. I moved in with Dave.
We fell in love.
You want to be truthful about it. It was probably the...
Just a wee hockey call. Yes, you're right left.
The time Dave and I spent together, living together, were probably the greatest days of his life. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, I've seen Stellar, but those days were the best ever. We lived in Rutherford, which was my hometown, and now it was our place.
Then I moved around the corner, and I would stop around the corner.
It was yeah.
It was much fun.
And then until Dave moved in, and he came to Hoboken, and came down here, took a job at this place downtown you might have heard of, the Systems Group. Started out scrubbing the toilets, taking the trash. Seriously. Worked his way up. From the top. Thank you.
Happy to see Butler, but it's starting to wait.
Until Dave finally left, went his own way. Had a bit of a disagreement with the upper management, and
You can't.
well, from what I understand, Dave was very subtle in disclosing his very reasonable, level-headed, cool comics like this. Pretty much the words I would use to describe Dave Stengel. It's true. He's not a Libra like me, but almost. It's tough to get that guy around. But once Dave left,
By the way, you gotta smack him down soon. He's getting too vocal.
I'm not where I'm getting. Well, it's been all downhill for the Systems Group ever since. And now I'm there, so it's really taking a turn for the worse. And that pretty much brings us to where we are. In all those years, still remaining in very close contact. We've been through a lot of things. There's some photographic evidence of that. I was hoping that other people would bring pictures, all the pictures of me and Dave, and then me and Rob and Dave. But fuck you guys. They're great pictures. But I know you wanted to get to the, speaking about contact and keeping close contact.
Yeah, Dave, we keep in contact a lot. Dave, as far as the Nissen families, he's like a surrogate brother to us, really. He's kind of like the Oliver to our Greg, Peter, and Bobby. Really. In more ways than one, he's like that.
He's like the seventh little brother.
He is. Yeah. And you may have noticed Ray and I throwing out ridiculously stupid numbers. That's what we call Stengelnomics. It's very hard to have a conversation with Dave without doing a lot of math. As in, hey, I was at the gig last night. Dude, it was fucking awesome. How many people were there? Oh my God. 2,000? Had to be. So we're like, all right, Dave, Tuesday night, middle of buttfuck Iowa. 35 people. Dave, that's great. Okay, cool. So that's awesome. Dave and I, three of us stay in contact a lot via email, since we all see each other as much.
Here we go.
Now, those of you who get email from Dave on a regular basis know that he's got a special flair for the English language. He likes to make it his own. Ray and I have taken to calling him Mavis, as in Mavis Beacon teaches typing. You might have heard of it, Dave. Sometimes we call him F7, not F Stengel, as in spell check. Apparently, it's not always the case. But I printed out a couple that I had saved. Just give you a quick run. David, the best thing about Dave is that you'll see the kind of relationship that we have, because he likes to lay it all out on the line whenever we're doing anything. This one's from December 12th, 2002, that he wrote to Ray and I. Dave wrote to Ray and I, and he said, dudes, what you're doing tonight? Have extra tic-tees to Islanders and Rangers tonight. Give, yo drive, haha. Please let me now what you want to. Please let me now what you want to. Would love to go with you guys, Dave. I wrote back, Dave. Would love to go, but sorry, I have to babysit tonight. Thanks for asking. Yeah. So see what happens. Dave replied, yeah, okay, whatever. Better you than me, dude. Have a great lift.
That's not fair, because you know I'm busting your balls.
This is so unfair. And then, oh, wait, I see here that Ray replied a week later. Ray said, sorry, can't make it tonight. I'm going to a Kurosawa retrospective at the Film Forum.
You know what, that's very accurate.
On May 15th, 2004, Dave wrote an email to me, just out of the blue, saying, dude, I've been thinking. Time for a Galoots reunion show. Come on, let's do it. I will book rehearsal time and get gigs. I'm Ned to play, and we are a great band. And I love so unfair. And I love to play with you and Ray. Let's go. Time to rock. What do say?
What I want to know is why you're thinking about them on the day we got married.
That's the day you got married. I'll explain later. I'll explain later. So I replied to Dave, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but my time is so near future, but for now, I don't think it'll work. Go Devils! Yeah. To which Dave replied, yeah, okay, whatever. Better call fucking Mo, dude. I'll be in Denver by the time you want to play. And I just have one more. This one's actually just from the other day. It's August 1st, 2006, which he wrote to Ray and I. He said, dudes, well, the Tim has come.
Hi, Tim! Who's Tim?
Stellar and I are to Denver. Tough decision, but it's a great opportunity now. I have to say, thought on leaving the area, we will be back a lot, and we'll see you guys a lot too. I will still miss both of you. You are great fiends. So, either get your asses on a plane and come out to the Rocky Mountain country. In reply to Dave, he left the O and yeah. Oh yeah. So I replied to Dave, congratulations, I'm really happy for you and Stella. I'm sure this was a tough call, but you guys deserve a lot of credit. I wish you nothing but happiness, and I can't wait to come out and see you. Yeah. To which Dave replied, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, like I'll see you. You fly on a plane? Sure fucking thing, dude. And I see that Ray has yet to reply. So that's just our little two-day date. A little bit of history, anything you want to wrap up with?
It's been said, it'll be said again, but Dave is extremely loyal and and dedicated friend, and a great friend that anyone would be happy to have, and that is no exaggeration.
Who's now residing in
McMillan.
457,000 miles away. I can't sing the guy because he has no chance for rebut, so fuck James. Tom Vincent will be reading a special little tribute to Dave.
He's gonna be in touch.
Tom will also be coming up later on tonight to do his own thing. Buckle up, Dave. So for now, please welcome Tom Vincent reading for James McMillan.
I'd like to begin this evening with a passage from James McMillan. Amsterdam, August 2006, chapter 69. He didn't write that part. Here's James sent this via email and wanted to be here and loves David in spite of the fact that you're such a prick. It's part of the Christian thing. And so being the only atheist that James knows, I was elected to read it. So he sent this, and here's what this is from your friend James McMillan. Dave Stengel. My James impression sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry. The very name resonates with strength, candor, intelligence, and courage. What went wrong? I met Dave in a recording studio in the 1980s. Dave was a drummer, and like most drummers, he showed himself to be studious, even-tempered, the very epitome of self-control. During breaks in our recording sessions, he often retreated into a corner to read Shakespeare or Tennyson. Sometimes, moved to tears, he would come rushing into the control room to share a particularly touching passage. David's tender passion for literature and beauty was an inspiration. With all this in mind, you can imagine our shock and even bewilderment when one day Dave arrived bearing the signs of a stunning transformation that proved to have disastrous consequences for him, his friends, his family, and no doubt, but certainly disturbingly and eventually, his lovely wife. Somehow this sweet, humble, erudite child of all that was true and beautiful had lost his way, seduced by a dark and sinister power. Hockey. Against our once peaceful devils. Dave's face yesterday so full of hope, and today was a map of violence. His mouth, formerly a channel for wisdom and encouragement, was now full of vulgarity and vituperance. Dave doesn't even know what the fuck vituperance is. I love you, James!
Someone's gonna tell me later.
And those eyes. And those eyes, once brimming with intelligence and depth, were now shuttered in ignorance. Ignorance. Dear me. The lights had gone out. Our friend David was all puffed up. So, Dave, you're 40 and still a young man. There's still time to set aside your mistakes, to leave the world of ice, sticks, pucks, and those bellicose Canadian meatheads behind. Return to your roots. Honor your wife, and do what is right. But regardless of what you choose, we love you. Happy birthday, James and Esther McMillan.
Too avid, some might say. A new game of poker has been created with him in mind. Texas, stop him. You should see the guys he plays cards with. You make Nick Nolte's mugshot look like Prince William. Frank is also a passionate sports fan, reserving most of that passion for his beloved New York Yankees. Frank is such a die-hard Yankees fan, he's getting a tattoo on his chin of Derek Jeter's balls. Please welcome Frank.
That's good. All right. Let's hear for Higgs. Higgs is doing a great job. By the way, thanks for wearing that shirt. You look like a gayer version of Clay Aiken, if that's okay. By the way, did you get that shirt free when you went to see Miami Vice? Come on. I'm here today to tell you a little story about our friend Dave. As the Nissen brothers mentioned, there's that Stengelnomics. This involves Stengelnomics. About 10 years ago, we went out drinking, shocking, and afterwards to a diner. It was me, Ray and Rob, a couple other guys. Ray brought up an interesting topic. How many of us sitting around the table have had the most sexual partners? Now, of course, every guy does this. The counting begins. We go around the table. 3, 4, 5. Dave has his turn. Stella, I'm glad you're sitting down. Mrs. Stengel, I apologize, but Dave's number is 5 or 11. He can't remember. I mean, what are you, Will Chamberlain? And by the way, Dave, we met women. Right. Men and masturbation don't count. If it did, my number would be. That's not important. Alright? I'm scared I was alone. That's every night, Dave. But anyway, that's our Dave. He loves to embellish everything, and I've known Dave for 20 years, and yeah, 20 years. I was 20. And welcome to the age of apostrophe 0. But honestly, Dave, you're a great guy. As everyone said too, Dave's a great guy. He's a lot of fun. And if you play your cards right tonight, I may be number 6 or 12.
Dave, what's the official date that you're leaving? Serious question.
Actually, now.
Any chance you can squeeze like 5 or 6 more of these in between now and it's kind of fun. I actually have a short list of songs. They're just fucking around. A short list of alternate song titles in Dave's honor that I thought might be awful. Obla Dave, Obla Douche. We don't need another 0. Probably will get fooled again. Sympathy for the Stengel. 219th nervous breakdown. Jumping jackass. Every god-awful breath you take. The Stengels want to wear my red shoes. Unfortunate son. Leaving on a jet plane, but not soon enough. Daved and confused. And finally, the angry little drummer boy. Up next, we have another duo. Fran Lizardo and Fran Lizardo's Considerable Ego. I'm not done with you yet. Stand over there, you and your shadow. We'll see. Fran's ego is so big it's visible from space. But let's not be too hard on the guy. He's busy looking for his next ex-girlfriend. Fran has more exes than a tic-tac-toe tournament. Fran Lizardo.
True, I do have a big ego. I do like it that way. Dave Stengel.
Here we go.
How do you spell that last name, David? Stengwa. Yeah. Well, you know what? I've known this schmuck for 22 years.
Never spelled my name right.
And I never spelled it correctly. And really, no offense, Mr. and Mrs. Stengel, I really didn't care. You know? Oh, yeah. Always spelled wrong. But seriously, folks. I've known David for 22 years. And I'd like the payment now, please. Let's see. Remember, Dave, you said back in 1984, 20 bucks a month. So you do the math. Oh, no, wait. You were in dummy math class in your freshman year, right? So you can't do the math, right? Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. You can't do the math.
But that's her name was Marilyn Chambers. Ha ha!
How do you remember that? That's scary.
Think about that.
No, I did. One of your future wives, I guess. I met Dave in the early spring of 1984. He showed up at a musicians meeting at Montclair State with his mullet, or shall I say hockey hair, and drumsticks in hand. And from that day forward, we were best buds, and I've regretted it pretty much ever since. I mean, seriously. But no, this guy, he's been a great friend of mine for a very long time. And as they say, friends like that. Okay, throughout these 22 years, I've seen long time ago. I can still remember how you played drums with headphones on. True. And you hit them hard and you followed the click. I thought you kinda looked like a dick. Played on and certainly proved me wrong. And fear of falling made me shiver. With some of those lyrics that Lanny would deliver. We shared the practice space, and you were always saving face. And I can't remember if I cried after that gig we played for Jacobelli's Bride. Italian wedding out in Jersey. But something touched me deep inside the day Sinatra died. We were singing bye bye, Dave and Stella goodbye. Driving across the country to give Denver a try. The good old boys will still be drinking Bud Light, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you like the band Talk Talk? Country rock, if banger tells you so. Believe in rock and roll and how music saves your mortal soul. And Frank Mango can't teach you to play drums real slow. Well, I know that you're fed up with him because I'm fucking fed up with him. Take the off my shoe. Take the rhythm. You were a lonely 30-something bulldog guy with a bourbon thirst and a motorbike, watching hockey and picking up the day Sinatra died. I don't really know the song. Singing bye bye, Dave and Stella goodbye. Driving cross country to give Denver a try. This good old boy will still be drinking Bud Light, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Oh yeah. Sunbeam sings the tender trap. Dave's colors get beaten to crap. That's just as far as I can be. Oh, while Queso was looking down, Hicks came and stole his fedora crown. The rehearsal was adjourned. No howlies were returned. And while Ray was scoring charts, the band played every August in the park. We sang Strangers in the Dark. To the mellow part. Yeah, go ahead. Need a bourbon for this? Sure. So you met a girl who can't sing blues. I don't think so, but maybe someday. She gave you some happy news. She smelled your feet and didn't turn away. So I went down to the Tucker drugstore, where I bought this stuff for myself before. This time I'm gonna give the two away. I had to do that. It's supposed to kill off any fungus. Any happy here are among us. Without another word spoken, the foot funk is finally broken. And the three men you admire the most, you're like, who? Banger Catterson and Chris Meals. Caught the last train for the coast today. Then I should die.
I'm calling Doug.
This is stuff I was working on. Okay, ready?
Okay, James, are you ready? Say F Stengel.
My roast. Well, we like Dave very much.
Somebody said Andy Kaufman. That's sort of stuck anyway. But it's funny about Dave. Like, you know, I'm sort of a newcomer. I didn't go to nursery school with motherfuckers. He hangs out with people that he came out of the womb with. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I can't figure out why he maintains these friendships for so. I mean, either thinks they owe money, or I think he's waiting to see who comes out of the closet. I have no idea. So Dave, it's your night. And I hope they're smashed. Does Dave get a rebuttal? Don't they at the end, yeah, at the end, he says something, you say something, he says something, and then Frank kicks us out to the people that want the music loud. So I was wondering about the Colorado thing. I had these conspiracy theory things because, you know, we all got the email, and I started breaking it down. I did some anagrams for Dave Stengel. One of them was leg up my ass or something. But I started breaking it down, and according to the email, unless this is a Stengel typo, your wife works for Sodexho. Sodexho, clearly an anagram. Anyone who's done any investigative research, so it's who sex or sex food or something. That's sort of the thing, right? And you're going to the Mile High City. Okay. And David is going to burst. It's in the email. Either this is the longest foreplay, or he just wants to join the Mile High Club without leaving the ground.